What's going on, everybody? It's what's the Lock podcast back again with week 9 picks and predictions. It's a good week 8, a lot of upsets and good games, and we have some good. Well, so I actually took down. I have all the standings right now. I was gonna kind of go over the standings really quick before we kind of get into things. And these are just going to be quick standings, not like through the entire NFL, but just for like if the playoffs like were to start today, where teams would be seated. So I'll just go over that really quickly. The in the AFC, in the number 1 spot, we have the Colts at 7-1. Obviously, I mean everybody knows they've been looking really good. Patriots are a game above the Bills. They're at 6-2, so they're at this number 2 seed. Then it's the Broncos at 6-2. They're actually tied with the Patriots right now for that 2 seed right now. At 6-2 with the 4th seed right now technically is the Steelers, but that's because they're winning the division right now. They're 4-3, and then the 5 and 6 seed are the Bills and the Chargers at 5-2 and 5-3. So good division over there. NFC is also very good. I have to say, NFC is looking. They have a lot of winning teams. Obviously, started with the Eagles. They have the number 1 seed right now because they beat the Bucks, and the Bucks are the 2nd seed right now. So Eagles have that tiebreak. They're at 6-2. Bucks are at 6-2, like I just said. Packers are very close second, close third, second, I guess you could say. They're at 5-1-1. Then you have the Seahawks at 5-2. They're winning that NFC West out there right now, which is competitive. And then at the 5 and 6 seed right now, you got the Rams and the Lions at 5-2. Actually, all 3 of those teams are 5-2, 4, 5, and 6. And then the 49ers are not very far behind, but they're trailing. They're at 7th seed at 5-3. So I figured I'd mark that down just because they're pretty close. There's a lot of good teams. A lot of obviously it's the NFL. Every week is different. Have anything you want to say before we kind of get into things, Joseph?
Yeah. For one, obviously not football related, but the last game of the uh, World Series is tonight.
Yep.
Um, that's one thing. Two, I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw, but Eagles just made a big signing
Mhm.
today, a couple hours ago. Jair Alexander is coming to Philly. I know he didn't look too great in Baltimore. I'm hoping that was just Baltimore. It's not like their defenses look great as a whole. Um, So hopefully he's got some juice in him. I mean, it can either work out really well or it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, but that's a big trade. And that's coming after they had actually, or not, it wasn't a trade, it was a signing, but earlier in the week they traded for Michael Carter from the Jets. So
Hmm.
two defensive back signings slash trades in the last week. Um, Interesting.
Well, one thing going into into week 9 is we have 4 teams on the bye. We have the Jets, the Bucks, the Eagles, and the Browns. All 4 of those teams are on byes this week. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much that. I mean, I have some final scores from last week. I mean, some notable. I have some like kind of interesting final scores or good games last week. Broncos just quickly going over the last week. Broncos got the win against the Cowboys pretty convincingly. They won 44-24. I mean, pretty much everybody knows that Cowboys defense is pretty cooked. And the thing is, the Broncos were able to run the ball, and when you allow a team to run the ball like that, and then you have talented receivers with a decent quarterback, I mean, it's kind of just it's all going to flow. And man, that's kind of what happened is the Broncos just flowed through that game, and the Cowboys just couldn't seem to get a stop. And then on top of that, they're dealing with a lot of injuries on defense. We'll kind of get into that, but yeah, I mean, not a very good game from the Cowboys. Dolphins surprisingly killed the Falcons. Now, I didn't. I know we were talking about this last week. The Falcons. I remember talking about like maybe being a trap spot. I didn't play the Falcons at all. But I remember hearing about that final score. I was like, damn. And I didn't expect them to get whooped like that. I mean, that was like a Carolina repeat. You know what I mean? It was, I mean, I know Kirk Cousins was starting, but damn. I mean, that's pretty bad. Ravens got the win against the Bears, and I believe they still didn't have Lamar, if I'm not mistaken, because it was the week after the bye. They did not have Lamar, and they still won. Tyler Huntley played. And they won pretty convincingly, 30-16. Bears also have some injury issues going on, especially on defense. So we'll get into that. Also on offense, now they're going to have some injury issues. So going into this week, Texans won against the 49ers 26-15. That was a pretty good game overall. Then the Jets surprisingly eked out a win against the Bengals. Bengals were up in that game the entire time, and then they just blew it in the fourth.
Yeah, it's probably the second highest scoring game of the year, other than the Bills and Ravens.
Yeah, the Bengals just blew that one. Jamar Chase was pissed. But yeah, that was pretty much it for week 8, at least for at least final scores and stuff. I just thought those were kind of interesting games, interesting outcomes. Yeah. Anything else going into this week?
Colts are legit. They continue to show it. Jonathan Taylor is, I think, officially an MVP candidate.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's 7-1. You can't really say anything. There's no.
Yeah, and he's averaging damn near 200 yards a game. Couple of touchdowns every week type of thing. He looks unstoppable.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I know it was against the Giants and everything, but the Eagles look pretty darn good. Saquon had his best game of the season. Obviously, there was a disgusting injury in that game for Cam Skattebo. He's out for the season. That was pretty gross. Yeah, no, the Eagles look good. Jalen Hurts had another monster game, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming too, right? I mean, playing these two teams playing it together, I mean, they almost played back-to-back games. I mean, they just played each other 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So, seeing a team that, just that quickly, again, is just it's hard to beat that team, beat the same team twice. And then on top of that, I think the Giants are dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Same thing with them. I mean, there's a lot of injuries overall, but I think they're definitely one of the teams that they're suffering a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I have injury reports going to this week, so I'm we can jump right into week 9 if you want.
Yeah. What do you have for game 1? I have Vikings and Lions.
Vikings, Lions, yep. Right now, so the total, I mean, the spread is at 8.5, minus 115, where I'm seeing it. And then the total is at 48.5. Me personally, I mean, at home, I definitely like the Lions. I feel like the Lions haven't looked as good as what they should have, should be looking. They're 5-2, so they're definitely respectable. But I think they're at home. They're definitely a different animal. So, yeah, give me the Lions minus the points. I don't really know if I'll bet that. I also like the over for this game, just because I think especially in a division game, I think points can be scored, and I haven't really seen anything from the Vikings defense that kind of wows me, especially against their pass defense. They don't have I don't think they have very good corners at this point. So, I mean, they have Isaiah Rodgers, but that's about it. So, yeah,
Well,
I mean, after
there
that,
is a factor to this game. JJ McCarthy is going to be the starting quarterback for the Vikings tomorrow. It's not Carson Wentz, which could put a dent in the total.
yeah. Oh yeah, here.
I like the money
I'll,
line.
I'll give you injuries as well. I have the injuries too. I don't. I have them here. I just didn't look at that game yet. I wrote some of them down. But let me see here, really quick. Let me find that game. Come on, baby. Give me that game. Okay, here we go. So for the Vikings, looks like Okuda's out. Um, Van Ginkel's questionable. I feel he's been questionable. He's been in and out. That's really the only two that seem kind of, or that definitely are noticeable to me. On the Lions side, Taylor Decker is questionable. Craig Reynolds, I think that's a receiver. Um, and that's really it. I don't see anything else there. So, not too many injuries in this game. I still lean Lions even still.
Yeah, me
Just
too.
because
I'm
they're
probably
home.
adding that. I'm gonna add that to my money line parlay here. That'll
Yeah,
be
I
the
think. I
first
mean,
one.
just at home, they're a different animal. I think it's really hard to win in Detroit the way they are. So, and then on top of that, on top of everything like that, with that, the JJ McCarthy. I mean, what in the two games? I think he's only played two games, right? Two, maybe one full game, and he just. I mean, what has he shown that makes me think that he's going to go into Detroit and put up big numbers? I mean, I don't know. I think maybe he can contribute a little bit. But I think I'm hoping that most of this over, if I'm taking an over here, is mostly the Lions kind of pulling the weight there. So yeah, I mean, I think the Lions can definitely put up a good number on the Vikings defense. Even though it's like a I wouldn't say the Vikings defense is like terrible, but again, I just think on the road, it's a bad spot for the Vikings. So yeah, I like the Lions so far. And then I mean, I don't really have any props right now for that game, but obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs is
Yeah,
live for a touchdown. I mean,
I'm honestly might take him for two. Um,
he's
this
cranking it
this
this
seems like
year.
his type of game.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything for that game.
Yeah.
Next game is the Chargers and Titans. Spread is at 9.5. Totals at 43.5. Titans are the home team, so the home team is given it's 9.5. So yeah, they're giving us 9.5 for that. I mean, obviously the Titans are terrible. So, I mean, what do you think? I'm leaning
I mean,
Chargers.
definitely
I
another
hope
one where I'm confident with the money line. Even though it's minus 550, but that'll be a parlay money line. Uh,
Chargers should win this game. Do I think they're worth
yeah,
the price? I
coming
mean,
off of a
against
pretty
this team,
dominant
maybe.
win. Uh,
Yeah, they did have a dominant win last week against the Vikings.
I mean, this is just a downgrade as an opponent.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
probably gonna see Justin Herbert throw a lot, um, air it out, keep the running back from healthy.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's where they're thin right now. So that's my guess. Is you're probably gonna see Justin Herbert air it out a little bit. So I kind of like his player props for yards. I don't know what his yards are at, but um, I mean they're down to what their first string running back obviously out for the season. Second string out. Third string is out, and then they're running with who they have last week. Yeah, they had Kamani Vital starting, which is like kind of their not only their fourth back, but also kind of just more of their passing back. Um, which again just leads me to believe that he's probably just going to air it out this game. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I think they have weapons. And I mean, the Titans are no team I want to be backing because of how bad they've looked this year. But the Chargers, I can't. I can say kind of the same thing about. I mean, there's been games this year where it feels like they, are the better team, and then they lose. So, or they just make it way closer than it needs to be. So, I mean, the one issue with the Chargers that I know that's an issue is definitely their offensive line. They still have questionables and outs there. So, um, but again, I mean, against this team, it's hard to go and say, oh, the Titans are going to go stop the Chargers because just because the Chargers' offensive line is bad. I mean, the Titans' defense haven't shown any signs of life all season. So, um, yeah, I mean, I lean Chargers. I probably won't play it just because it's the Chargers, and I feel like they're like the team that wants to screw you. They're like the Vegas team that loves to screw you. It's like you take them when you think they're going to cover, and then they just straight up don't. And yeah, I don't like playing the Chargers. I just don't
Yeah,
for
I'm
some
looking at
reason.
his passing props. 240 is minus 125. Two touchdowns is minus 180. I might go towards the touchdowns rather than yards, just in case. But I think two touchdowns is probably a really safe bet on him. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm in there.
So 9.5, I'm leaning towards that. And then as far as the total, 43.5, I don't know. Maybe an over just because it's a lower total, lean over. But I probably won't play that because I don't know. If I'm playing over, I'd at least like both teams to be able to contribute, and I just don't know if the Titans can contribute tomorrow. So, I mean, I don't think anybody knows. So, and Cam Ward hasn't looked the best. I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, and I don't. He's not like a stud. So, yeah, it'd be Chargers or pass. Um,
Next game is a good one, I think.
yeah, good one.
Colts at Pittsburgh. Um, I'm definitely leaning towards the Colts here. I mean, they're, in my opinion, the better team. I don't hate the over. Colts obviously are a team that can put up a lot of points, but they've also allowed a lot of points. Um, just to go through.
So, I have injuries for this one. Samson Abukum is out. We have Anthony Gould is out. Taekwon Lewis is out. So that's for the Colts. And then for the Steelers, we have Jabril Peppers is out. That's really the only really big notable one. So, um, yeah, and so for me on this game, I mean, and we kind of saw I feel like we've been seeing this all year, and it's kind of been under the radar because the Steelers have won some games, but I mean the Steelers' pass defense is just not good, and I think yeah, they have some decent running defense. They were able to stop Josh Jacobs last week, but I think the Colts' offensive line is better, and I also think they can pass the ball a little bit better. I think they have better receivers. I feel like they're a little bit more organized right now as a team. Even though I think the Packers are a good team, I just think they're a little bit. They have some stuff to correct on offense. I mean, it seems like the Colts are just gelling on all cylinders right now. So, um, and especially again because of that pass defense, I just don't. They can't generate pressure, and then their DBs just can't guard. So, I like the Colts here. 3.5 is a tough one. Obviously because that it's that hook line on that field goal. I'd rather take the field goal, but I don't mind the play on the Colts. I think they're just the better team, been playing better football. I want to look more into the Colts blitz rate and see if I can actually get to like a Steelers team total under or something like that, just to fade their offense because I don't think I'm not a huge believer in their offense either. I think they could have a down week, but I'm on the Colts here. I like the Colts.
Yeah, so I have here. As far as the over for the game, I might. I do like the over. I might like adjust it a little bit, just be on the safe side, but keep it in the like minus 100s. But just starting with week one, going forward, that game didn't hit a high number. I mean, Colts did, but it was against the Dolphins. But Broncos that hit over 50. Colts versus Titans hit over 50. Um, Colts and Cardinals over 50. Colts and Chargers over 50, and then last week against the Titans again hit over 50. So they're hitting over 50. Um, almost every week.
Mhm.
So I think if you could probably mess with the line if you wanted to, but I like the over more than the under there. I'll probably take
Yeah,
the over,
yeah,
especially because out of all those teams, um, like I think the Steelers' offense is better than the Cardinals. I think obviously the Steelers are better than the Titans. Um, so with that being said, I think that's more
yeah. I mean,
likely
at
to go
home,
over.
I think the Steelers can put up. some numbers, at least a number. I think we can put up some points, so I don't mind. I don't mind an over there.
The only thing
Yeah,
is,
I'm
this
still.
could be an upset week just because they are 7-1. They're on a kind of a roll. Like,
Yeah, that's the other thing I
it,
thought
so
too. A
I'm
little bit
gonna
of a
leave the
trap
money
spot.
line alone, but I probably will make a bet on the over for that game.
Yeah, a little bit of a trap spot. I don't have anything on the game yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I lean on the Colts side of things, and then I'm with you. I think I lean towards the over as well. Um, Again, the Colts. I think I'm hoping at least pulls most of that weight, but yeah, I mean, it is a big number. I mean, 50.5 points is also a lot of points. So, I mean, maybe Colts team total over. If anything, I might play that. We'll see. I'm still kind of thinking about it, but actually, let me just take a look at what the Colts team total is right now, because it's only a 3.5 spread. 27.5 is -102. I mean, I really like that, honestly. I'll probably play that. Colts team total over, just because I really don't think the Steelers defense is very good, especially when they can't generate pressure. So, yeah. Next one, we have the Falcons and the Patriots. I'll go over injuries very quickly. Penix, London, and just obviously that's going to be a big one for the Falcons. Penix, London, and Mooney are all expected to come back this week. I don't know. I don't remember if Algier was out last week, but he's also going to be back this week. So it looks like they're going to be a lot healthier this week, coming back from last week. That piss poor performance we were talking about, but and then on the Patriots side, the only one that's really noticeable is Ramondre Stevenson. He's out, so
They don't really run that
he's
much
out.
anyways.
Yeah, he's. I mean, they have two running backs, so I'm not really too worried about that. Yeah, so for me, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I'm as a Bills fan, of course, I want the Falcons to go out there and win, but. It's tough. It's going to be tough. I mean, you got Drake. You got Drake May really playing some good football right now. And overall, the Patriots are playing very good football. They won last week very convincingly. Defense is playing well. Mike Vrabel is just coaching that team very well. Got to give credit to him. So this is a tough one. I mean, with the Falcons coming back from injury. I mean, let me take a look at the line. The line's 4.5. Honestly, I'd probably lean towards the Falcons on the spread. I'm not sure on the money line though. I'm not. What are you thinking about this one? I'm not
Oh,
sure yet.
I'm not confident in the money line. I do think I might want to take the over on this game or
Over
just line
again?
to the
Yeah.
over. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, like you said, Falcons will be much healthier, and they look better when they're healthy. Um.
I think the
For the
Falcons
most part.
defense does have some negative regression coming their way. Um,
And yeah,
like
and with
they
Drake
were a
May,
top unit for 7 weeks. I think they have some regression coming as well.
yeah, I'm more confident like putting maybe the over at like 42 and a half. I'm almost thinking like a 20 to 23 type of game. Um, so I'll probably do something like that, but I'm not confident enough in the line, the money line. But
Yeah, I'd lean plus the 4.5, but I think I like that with the Falcons, um, especially because I think I think part of it, their pricing, you got to think after last week. I mean, they get blown out by the Dolphins, who are what? I mean, after last week they were 1-5, and now they're 2-5, right? So I mean, they've just been a really bad team overall, and I still think they're a bad team. But because they lost, you have to think that the books are kind of pricing the Falcons a little bit that way, and I think they're a little bit mispriced here. I mean, plus 195 is pretty crazy when they just beat the Bills like 3 weeks ago. I know the Bills haven't been playing great football, but they're still a good team. I mean, so I think the Falcons are better than what they played last week, especially with no Penix, no London, no Mooney. I mean, they were definitely taxed last game, but yeah, I mean, gotta give credit to the Patriots. I mean, they've been playing some damn good football. So Yeah, I mean, I don't hate an over just because both teams should be able to put up points here. But I agree with you. It could turn out to be with like one of those like 23, 20, 24 weird scored games. So I'd probably try to tease that a little bit, or just take the 4.5. I mean, 4.5 is when it's that tight of a game and both offenses are able to put up points. I mean, I'd automatically lean towards the plus 4.5, especially if it's more than a field goal. I mean, I think they're pricing the Falcons a little bit too low here. It's kind of a buy low spot, if you will.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm good on that game.
Yeah,
Other than, I'll probably take Drake May for passing touchdowns. Honestly,
not
especially
bad.
with yeah. Um, but yeah, next game, we got Carolina at Green Bay. Green Bay is our Green Bay
Rough
is a
one.
very
Rough one.
heavy favorite here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, they should get it done. Question is, are they going to get it done? Are they going
I
to
think I
cover the
think they'll
spread?
win regardless of how it looks.
Um,
I'm sure they'll win. Um,
I will say I do have injuries for this one. I actually wrote these ones down. For the Panthers, Bryce Young is back. I think most everybody knows that. Couple offensive line injuries though that I'm a little bit worried about for the Panthers. And I mean, keep in mind this offense hasn't been amazing all season. I mean, they've had some decent games, but they've all been at home. They play much better at home. And this is a road spot, so keep that in mind. Cade Mays, their center is out, and their right tackle too, and Moten is out. Um, that's for their offense. There's two offensive linemen that are out. For the Packers, they do have some injuries as well that are making me a little bit nervous. Defensively, they have Nick Neiman, their linebacker is out. Lucas Van Ness, the D tackle, is out. And then they have Wicks, Dontavian Wicks, who's I think they're like third receiver. He's out, and then Brandon McManus is also he's questionable but doubtful. Also, I think he's on the doubtful side only because they signed I think they brought up another. It sounded like the Packers brought up another kicker or signed another one, and so they do have another kicker going into this week. I think so. And not that the kicker is a huge deal, but that could, I mean, depending on how good their defense plays, that could be an issue. So, yeah, I mean, I like the Packers because they're at home, but 12.5 is way too much for me. I can't do it.
yeah, I don't love that
I
number
just
either. Like I said,
with
I think Bryce
injuries.
Young is good enough. Like he's honestly proven himself pretty well in my opinion. He can definitely put up some numbers. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna win. The Panthers. I don't think the Panthers are gonna win. I think Green Bay is probably a lock. I'm actually gonna throw, even though it's minus 950, just for kicks and shiggles. I'm gonna throw it in the parlay. Um, but yeah, I mean, Bryce
12 and a
Young's
half.
more than
Too
capable of
much.
keeping this a close game. I don't. Well, that's a really crazy line.
I mean, I know that the Panthers are bad. I just think that's too much. I just think
Yeah. I
12 and a
mean,
half is
yeah.
too much. Even teasing it down, I don't think the Packers been playing that good lately, even last week against the Packers or the Steelers. Like, did they play that good last week where they're like, we're ready to go and lay 2 touchdowns against the Panthers, especially with their starting quarterback coming back? I, they should, but I don't know if I'm ready to lay it yet.
Jordan
Uh,
Love had his first really good game of the season, and he's already in MVP talks. I think a lot of people
yeah,
are gassing the Packers so quickly. And it's
yeah, and
like,
they're one of those teams that people gas. Yeah,
yeah,
they overplay.
I'm not on the Green Bay hype train.
I mean, I think they're good. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I
five
mean
and
they're
ten and
better than
one.
the
They're
Panthers,
obviously a
but they're
good
not
team. It's
a
just it feels like they have a lot of games where they're not playing the way they should. Like they're not playing up to expectations. So, I mean, when we're talking about 12.5, I mean, goddamn, man. Um, yeah, I lean towards that, but and maybe an over again. Yeah, this one's kind of tough. I mean, I probably won't play this one at all, honestly. I think there's better spots out there. I think the Falcons are a much better play at 4.5 on the spread. Um, I mean, Jesus, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on. We got the Broncos and the Texans. Like this is going to be a good game. And I do have injuries for this one. I'll go over that really quick. Injuries for and I would say a little bit more for the Broncos. Pat Surtain is out. Mims, the receiver, I think it's Marvin Mims.
Yeah, Marvin
He's
Mims.
out. PJ Locke, their safety is out, and I didn't take his first name, but Adkins is also out, their D tackle.
Nate
So
Atkins. Yeah.
yeah, so they do have some injury issues going on, and then the Texans don't have any outs, but they do have a couple questionables. One of their questionables is Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz. I think I said that right. Yeah, so he is questionable, but other than that, there's no notable outs right now for them. So, um, yeah, it's a home spot. I lean towards the Texans. I think the the books have it priced about right here, especially with the injuries. I know the Broncos had a good week last week, but that was against a Cowboys defense that's number one tax, and they're not good. So it's like you put those two things together, and we saw what the Broncos were able to do. They were able to run the football. They averaged 7.2 yards per carry with what is his name, Jameson Williams or whatever the hell his name is. 7.2 yards per carry. He ran for over 100 yards. And then passing wise, Bo Nick had one of his best games of his career. He had 4 touchdowns, and he threw for almost 250 yards. So, I mean, that was his best game. And again, when you give I'll say it again, when you give the Broncos that ability to be able to run the ball, that's just going to open things up more for the pass game, to play action. I mean, that just opens things up more. So, I think this is a spot for the Texans. The Texans haven't been great. They have looked decent like the last couple weeks. I mean, we know their offensive line is going to struggle. And that's where the Broncos defense is very good. Their pass rush is very good. I just feel like it's a home spot. I feel like the Texans are slight favorites for a reason, because of the injuries on the Broncos side. And I don't think the books are confident in the Broncos offense still. I think we're still looking at this offense, still thinking like, is it really good? Is it going to be really good down the stretch? And I think last week was just more of just the Cowboys being taxed and really bad on defense. I mean, now they have the Texans defense, so that's very, very good. So I also like the under for this game, 40.5. Honestly, I probably would, because of the odds, minus 118 and 40.5, I'll take the under. But I lean towards the Texans side just because I still don't think, even though last week they had a good game, I still don't believe in the Broncos offense fully. And yeah, you can kind of take it from there.
Yeah, I'm not in love with this game. As far as like money line or anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it'll be
Probably
close
be
for
a
sure.
player prop. Nico
Sorry,
Collins
do
is
you
back,
say?
huh?
Oh,
You said Nico is back because he's not on the injury report.
yeah, he's back. Yep.
Okay, and so it's really just Dalton Schultz. With Xavier Hutchinson, he's had a couple of decent weeks. Like
Oh,
there's,
and Christian Kirk was out last week, and he's back too.
yeah. So Houston's gonna have a lot of their weapons back. I kind of like Nico Collins in this spot.
I mean, the Texans, they have been playing decent football lately. I didn't take this down, but let me look at the Texans' last couple of games. I mean, Texans haven't been playing great competition, but they have been putting up some decent numbers. Their offense has found some sort of success. But let me just look at their recent game logs. So 26 last week. They only lost by 8 on Monday night against the Seahawks on the road. I mean, that's a tough spot there. On the road against the Ravens, obviously we know the Ravens didn't have Lamar in that game. They smoked them. Smoked the Titans, lost by 7 against the Jaguars, and lost by 1 against the Buccaneers. So they've had some really close games. I still think, I mean, they're a decent team. I don't believe in the Texans full. I mean, they're obviously behind the Colts, and I think the Colts are a better team at this point. But I still think in this matchup, in this spot, I like the Texans on the money line, just because I think the books kind of have that right. I'm on the book side for that, and yeah, I guess the 40, like I said, 40.5. I like that under too. because I think both offenses could struggle here.
Yeah. I'm ready to move on to the next game.
Yep.
Next game is the 49ers at Giants. Um,
Mhm.
49ers are favored by a field goal. Uh, I like that line a lot. I'll probably honestly take that. Um, Obviously, Giants. You saw what happened when Cam Scatterboo lost it. Um, they just completely downhill. They clearly relied on him and Jackson Dart's chemistry, but now Jackson Dart's looking for chemistry with other people, and now that they're down receiver one and running back one, it definitely took a toll on them. I like the 49ers here a lot. That's kind of the main thing I got right there.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Let me. I have the injuries. I didn't write these ones down, but let me look real quick. Um, okay. So out for the 49ers. Nothing really crazy. I mean, obviously they have the big ones where obviously the guys that are out for the season or on IR, they have those guys. But we have Ricky Pearsall. He is out. Um, Brock Purdy is out still, so Mac Jones will be starting. And that's really the only notable ones, again, other than the IR people like Fred Warner. For the for the Giants, we have obviously again not IR guys. Nothing actually too crazy for the Giants. I mean, obviously Scattaboo, but yeah, I mean nothing like crazy. I think these are all bench guys that are out. So I personally, after last week, trusting the 49ers. Um, and this is another road spot, I believe. I think they were on the road last week as well against the Texans. This is really not. I mean, I don't know if I see this as a much easier spot. I mean, you're playing against a rookie quarterback who has showed signs of life. Um, I know the Giants have a lot of injury issues going on overall, just people on IR and out for the season. But their defense has played decently well. I think their defense is all right. Again, last week is a tough spot. You can't really judge last week because that's an Eagles team that's very good, and they were on the road and playing them for a second time in like 4 weeks. So, I mean, that was like the worst spot for the Giants you could possibly ask for, and everybody knew that. I mean, coming back home here, I think this is a much better spot. I think for plus money, it's not bad to look at. I can see why you'd be looking at the Giants. For me, I think I would take an under. Just because I'm not sure how both offenses are going to move the ball extremely well. The 49ers haven't had too much success running the ball either. With McCaffrey, like he hasn't been amazing this year. So he's been touching the ball a lot. He just hasn't been putting up too many big numbers. So honestly, I like the Giants here a little bit more at home, but I think I like the under 48 and a half. I mean, that seems like a lot of points. And I feel like both offenses could potentially struggle here. So I like the under
Yeah,
again.
definitely not a parlay game, but I, I'm I'm a little tempted for the -2.5. I mean, they win by a field goal. You hit. I think that's very possible.
Yeah, I
Um,
think it could be a field goal game for sure. I'd rather push it because the line is 2.5 right now. I don't know if I'd
I
take
do
a
have a
side on
player
that, but
prop for this game. I think I like Tyrone Tracy for uh, receptions. I want to see what his receptions is at. Honestly, if you're doing a parlay, plus two receptions isn't bad value. Three receptions at -130. Again, he's going to be taking a good chunk of touches from Cam Scatterboo, and Cam Scatterboo is also present in the passing game as well. You're going to see a lot of Tyrone Tracy, and when it was just him last year, he was pretty big in the running game as well with a crappier quarterback. So I definitely think we'll see a little bit of him, um, especially go against someone like Chris McCaffrey, where I'm sure they're going to try to use their own medicine against him a little bit. And without obviously some of the big injuries on the 49ers side, like obviously Fred Warner being out for the season, you kind of have that opening with the linebacker running back matchup.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I like the Tyrone Tracy at 3+ receptions.
yeah, I like that. It's not bad. 3+.
Yeah, it's like minus what 132. I said something like that.
Yeah, and he should be the main featured back, so
Yeah, absolutely.
um, and his touches should go up. Yeah, I don't really have anything else for that game, so I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, next one's gonna be a doozy. It's the sad part is I don't hate the over. We got the Bears at Bengals. Bears are dogs, and I agree with that. Their defense is much better than
You mean the Bears are favorites?
yeah. They're not underdogs, but they're like
Yeah,
yeah, big
road
dogs.
favorites.
Yeah, I agree with this. Bears have a better defense. I actually think their defense is a little better than what they get credit for. Um, not to mention, uh, Caleb Williams is one of those quarterbacks where he does show a little bit of signs of life every now and then. And against the Bengals defense, I think this is a great game to do it. Um, I think this game is going to be high scoring as hell. Um, almost every Bengals game. I mean, you just watched the Jets game, and that almost hit freaking 80 points. And I can tell you right now, the Bears are a much better offense than the Jets. So that's why I don't hate the over at all, whether you want to move it or not. But I'm not very confident in the money line.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing with me. So the Bears, I still think the Bears are. Um, I don't think the Bears are as good as their record. I think they do have some losses incoming. I think this is going to be a pretty close game. I actually lean towards the Bengals. And I know the Bengals, yeah, they lost last week. They gave it up last week. They definitely could give it up this week. But Bears do have some injury issues going on, especially at running back. DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson are both out for this game. And for the Bengals, they don't really have anything crazy. They do have Trey Hendrickson is out, but he's been in and out all year. And Joe Flacco has a minor shoulder injury. He did practice once this week, though, so I'm expecting that he'll play because they don't have another quarterback. And the Bears, I mean, we saw last week, the Bears defense they're terrible. And on top of that, they have injuries as well. I didn't even write down all the Bears defensive injuries, but I know on offense, definitely, obviously the two big ones on offense are DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson. Let me just look really quickly because I wrote those ones down. Let me just read it because I know I saw other defensive injuries for the Bears. It was a pretty lengthy list for the Bears defense injuries. Looks like Dominique Robinson, their D end, is out also, and just another receiver. They have a couple questionables as well. They don't look as injured as I thought. Yeah, so I still like the Bengals here just because they're at home. I think they'll be able to put up a number against the Bears. I don't think the Bears defense has played very well lately. You're right. It's definitely a sketchy game. I think could go definitely either way because the Bengals defense just has no. But I mean, if neither defense is very good, then give me the better offense. And if we're talking about better offense, if Joe Flacco can put it on Ja'Marr Chase, I think the Bengals have the better offense. Hands down, Ja'Marr Chase is a top 3 receiver easily in the NFL right now. I like the Bengals still, but damn, it's sketchy. Because last week we took the Bengals as home favorites against the Jets and they lost. So. I like the Bengals. Probably won't get there as far as a bet. Don't mind an over, team total over maybe, but that's where I'm at.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm
Next one, we got
good.
Saints and the Rams. Oh my God, Rams are, I didn't even see this number, dude. 14 freaking points. Holy moly. So that's the biggest spread on the board. What do you think?
Um, yeah, I mean, rightfully so, and they could cover that, but the Saints are not starting Spencer Rattler this week. They're starting their rookie draft pick. And you never know what to expect when that happens. I mean, sometimes they can have those weird 1 to 2 game insanity runs. I mean, you saw it with Jackson Dart. So you never really know what to expect in this game. Um, so it's tough to say. Like you never know. I mean, hey, maybe that quarterback plays really well, and it's just an absolute shootout. Who knows? It could be. Um, I don't for that reason. I don't hate the over, um, and you can adjust it as you like. But the over is relatively low. Um, with the Rams having Puka Nacua back, they're going to score some points. Um, so I guess taking the over, you'd kind of rely on the Saints to kind of, obviously they're not going to win the game, but well, unless they do, that'd be probably shock the world. But um, in most cases, for some reason, when rookie quarterbacks make their first start, they tend to put up some points. Um, so yeah, I don't hate the over in this one at all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I slightly, I think I'm leaning towards the Rams, but I definitely won't play it. 14 points is just a lot of points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a lot of freaking points. I mean, either way, even if you dumb it down to -7, it's still a lot of points. And I feel
Again, we
like
don't know what this rookie quarterback's going to do. He could come into the game and absolutely light it up. Like we've seen it happen before. I mean,
yeah, and the thing is, the Rams sometimes they look. The Rams are kind of like the Chargers. I mean, sometimes it feels like they they just don't play up to expectation. Like I mean, they're said to be a great team, and everybody talks about them. Oh, the Rams are going to be a Super Bowl contender and playoff team. I like. There's not been many times this season, where I'm like wild about the how they played. I mean, I'm not like over here like just really talking about how the Rams have been playing great football. I mean, it's not like that with the Rams. It's every week is a little bit different with them. So laying 14 points is no easy thing. So yeah, I mean, I lean 14, but at -115, I definitely won't play that. How like definitely not. And then 43 and a half. I probably won't even touch this game, honestly. I mean, this game just sucks. This
like I
game
said,
sucks.
I'll probably adjust the over a little bit and maybe take it out like 40.5. I'm going to sit there. Um,
Yeah, this game kind of
for,
sucks, to be honest.
39 and a
Um,
half is -194. I'm going to throw that in my bunny line parlay. I know it's not money line, but I'm going to throw it in there. Um,
Good thing is Puka
that's not
Nacua is
horrible.
back, so maybe a look at him. We know I mean the Saints defense has played better lately, but I think mostly it's their pass rush that's good. Um, so I mean I think Kyron Williams or Puka Nacua should be getting targets this week for sure because Puka's the number one passing target. And then Kyron Williams obviously is the main featured back. So yeah, I mean, yeah, those are probably the only. I might look at like a Puka touchdown, but other than that, I probably don't touch it.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next game. Um,
Yeah,
Jacksonville Jaguars at the Raiders. Um,
yeah.
Jaguars are favored uh, by a
Another
field
kind of
goal.
crappy game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident in the Jaguars. I'm surprised that the line is so close. Pretty confident in the Jaguars. I know they're missing Travis Hunter, but that shouldn't mean much. They still have in my opinion, the better of the two receivers in BTJ, um, who is also looking to possibly be traded. So he's going to want to make some noise and play well. They also have a good running game. Raiders have done nothing this year. I don't know if Brock Bowers is back, but even that doesn't make me confident that the Raiders can pull this one out. I'm confident enough to throw this in my my parlay actually because I just don't see a world where the Raiders. I know it's home, but the Raiders fans aren't the best anyways. Probably bottom five worst fan bases in my opinion. So
Yeah, this is a tough one. Kind of a crappy game, another crappy game. Two bad teams. Let me quickly just go over the injuries. So yeah, Travis Hunter is out. Looks like Quentin Morris, tight end, Eric Murray, safety, and then Tim Patrick, their wide receiver, is out. Looks like Brian Thomas was limited. He's dealing with something. So they have some injuries going on. And then on the Raiders side, Aiden O'Connell is out. So does that mean who's their second quarterback? Is it
Gino.
is it oh yeah, Jack, oh okay, yeah, Geno Smith, right. Um yeah, so okay, that doesn't I don't why do they have him on here then? Oh, maybe they benched Geno for a while. I don't know if they benched
No,
Geno.
he probably just hurt himself in a practice, and they gotta do it because he's on the roster.
Okay. Well, either way, not too much on the Raiders side. Yeah, this is
I
just a
don't know.
tough
Jaguars
game.
have been able to run. I mean, granted, the Raiders have too. But Jaguars have, aside from having, and I think with a limited participant, 80% of the time they're playing. So I expect BTJ to be on the field. But even with, if let's say he was out, I mean, Jaguars have been able to run the ball quite a few games this season. Travis Etienne has had a couple of games. I think he had like a 150 yarder and a couple of touchdowns in one. So they've been able to run the ball too. So I'm not like, yeah. Uh, I trust in their defense a lot more than I trust the Raiders' defense for sure.
I mean, yeah, and the nice thing is, yeah, I like the Jaguars. I think here, the one thing I do know about the Jaguars is that their defense is pretty good against the run. The run defense has always been actually pretty. It's through the last couple of seasons. I feel like they've been actually pretty good. But through the early games, they're allowing about 83 yards per game, which is a 3.9 per yards per carry. And then I think this year or right now they're averaging 91.1, so it went up a little bit, but still not bad. I mean, for being 9 games in a season, I think 91 yards per game as far as rushing is not too bad. So I like. I mean, we know the main thing for the Jaguar or the Raiders is that if they can get Ashton Genty going, then that might open up other things. But I think it's going to be tough for him this week against that D line. So yeah, I mean, I like the Jaguars. Don't love -3. I'd probably try to take a 2.5 if anything, but
I mean, the money line's not too bad if you're looking to like parlay it or whatever.
yeah,
It's not
minus
horrible.
155 is not crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, I think Travis Etienne would probably be my star of the game. If BTJ isn't healthy, if BTJ is healthy, I think he has a chance at having a big game. But yeah, money line for the Jaguars. I'm pretty confident in that.
I don't
Uh,
mind an over in that game either, honestly. 43.5 seems a little bit low.
yeah, the Raiders, the offense has not been. I mean, especially if Brock Bowers isn't playing. I've just, I mean, their last game was like 0 points. Like they scored nothing. So I
I feel
mean,
like I feel like it's going to be like either really close or one team just going to go off and score like 30 points, and then the other team will just not do anything.
yeah,
Like
which is
they'll do
exactly
they'll
what
like
happened to the Raiders last week. So,
score like 10 or 17 points or something like that. It
yeah,
feels like it's going to be one of those games.
next game's a big one. For any
Yep.
Bills fan, I got the Chiefs going to Buffalo. Um, Chiefs are, as you would expect, favorites by 2 points. Um,
Yep.
it's one of those, I think this game could go either way. I know Chiefs defense is probably better than the Bills right now, but you're also talking about Bills, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. It's always a close game with those two, for better or for worse. Um, the only thing I'm not confident is the over, and just because the Bills' offense has been hit and miss this season, but I am tempted to move the line a little bit and take it over.
Yeah.
Um, I will say and I was talking about this with a buddy from work. I think my lock of the game here is Josh Allen for a rushing touchdown. He hasn't had too many of those, but against the Chiefs, for some reason, it always happens. I like Josh Allen as a rushing touchdown here. The odds are because he hasn't done a ton of hours. I would assume the odds aren't too bad for it.
It's
Um,
it's minus 105.
minus
Yeah,
105,
that's
yeah.
that's
So
where I'm looking to. And I don't mind the Josh Allen play because he definitely could scramble in, but I like James Cook as well.
Chiefs are really good though. Their defensive line is I mean, it played very well last week. Um,
James Cook though is a different threat. And the thing about them is that he can not only run the ball, but he can also he can catch the ball.
they did pretty well
And
against Detroit too. And Jameer Gibbs is also one that can run and pass. So it's like I said, Chiefs defense is a tough one to bet against. Um, the only reason why I'm taking Josh Allen is because he's not technically a running back, so he shouldn't be running the ball. That always gives the quarterback that. I mean, that's why it gives the quarterback the upper hand is
yeah,
being able to
yeah,
move.
no, I don't mind. I don't mind that. I think the Bills know what they want to do. I think they understand at this point. Like James Cook is one of those players on this team that just needs the ball. I mean, he just needs to get fed the ball, and we need to feed him as much as we can. And like he's one of those guys that he can kind of ruin a game. And like I really think he's not talked about enough. And I mean, just out of the 7 games we played this season, James Cook has scored in 5 of those. 2 of those he scored 2 or more touchdowns. So I mean, I think he's still alive for a score. Anytime that the Bills are going to be in the red zone or even close to the end zone, James Cook is going to be like the guy that they want to give the ball to. So I think, like, yeah, I mean, Josh Allen, I think is going to, at the end of especially at the end of the game when it's all on the line, I think Josh Allen's going to have the ball. But James Cook is that second guy that really can ruin a game, and they try to get him involved as much as they can. I think they'll still try to do that, especially at home. They'll still try to get him involved. I don't think it doesn't mean he's going to go off, but I do think he definitely live for a score. I mean, you're getting it's minus 140 for a score. I don't mind I think the Josh Allen score is good too. But I mean, either one of those two, I think are going to be definitely getting into the end zone this week. So, just because I think even if the Bills lose, I still think they're going to get into the end zone, regardless of what I think on the pick. I think both of those guys have just been really good this year, and they'll continue to. I think James Cook will continue to cook.
Player prop for this game outside of the Josh Allen touchdown. I don't hate Rasheed Rice. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously, Bills' passing defense has not been the best. I think that's a very
yeah.
nice bet to take. Um,
I
but
will
yeah,
say
Josh Allen is probably my number one though.
I will say last week we got a nice look at, and it was a good week to do it. Maxwell Harrison actually did end up getting onto the field, which I was surprised about. He had his first practice last week back from injury, and then he's instantly on the field. He had played no preseason, so he just got kind of right into there. He really, honestly, for a first game, he looked really good. I mean, the dude is lightning fast, and he can hit. The dude can just flat out hit. So I mean, is he going to go out there and shut down Rasheed Rice? Probably not. I don't think that'll be his responsibility. But I think he's going to be a guy to especially down the stretch to watch out for because the more time he gets, the more playing time he gets. I think he'll get more. He'll definitely get he'll get better as he goes. So that's one to watch. But I think the Bills defense will get better. That was actually another thing I wanted to go over was the Bills injuries because I know Ed Oliver is out for an extended time, which actually opens up the Chiefs' run game a little bit more because Ed Oliver is the main run stopper for the Bills defensive line. So I think actually, the path to victory for the Chiefs is going to be also running the football. Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. I think that's going to be the what they want to do. Um, and also just keeping Josh Allen off the field, and same thing on the other side. So I find it honestly hard. I mean, because both offenses can score, I mean, I find it hard to take an under. But I mean, with the clock running and stuff, both teams are running the football. I find it kind of hard to get to like a total. So that's why I'm leaning towards the player props, because I think at the end of the day, I think James Cook or Josh Allen are going to score. So that's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Yep.
Um, yeah, next one is Sunday Night Football. We got Seattle up in Washington. Um, Washington coming off of a pretty bad loss to Dallas. Um, or not Dallas, not the they lost last week, right? Yeah, they lost not to Dallas, but they lost. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we continue to fade the Seahawks, or at least I am. Or sorry, fade the Commanders. Sorry. Um, I'm thinking. I mean, we were talking. At least
the
I was
Chiefs
talking about it
for
before
the
the
Chiefs.
season even started. I think the Commanders are kind of an overpriced team, over juiced, and I think people think of them a little bit too highly, especially with the age and the injuries that are starting to pile up for them. So,
It sounds like Terry McLaurin's also going to be out this game, which is another thing to consider. He came back and now he's back out.
yeah,
Whereas Seattle has been a lot very. I think Seattle's been pretty consistent, especially in the passing game. Obviously, um, JSM putting up the numbers he has, and against this defense, they should be able to exploit it pretty hard. Pause. Um, and the Commanders just, I mean, they haven't. I mean, sophomore year slump definitely taken into effect here for Jaden Daniels. So
yeah. For injuries wise, Terry McLaurin, Jaden. I don't know why I say McDaniel's. I always think McDonald's with his ass. Jaden Daniels, he is in. Zach Ertz is back. Von Miller's in. Bobby Wagner's in. So it looks like most of their guys on defense are actually playing in this game. For the Seahawks, looks like Jake Bobo is out, who is, I believe, their tight end. Or no, wide receiver, sorry. Um, Julian Love is out, so that's a big one. And then Cooper Kupp, he hasn't really, I don't feel like he's been that good this year. He's questionable. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I like the Seahawks just because, yeah, you're right. I mean, their defense has been just better, but I mean, this is kind of a tough one. I feel like this is going to be a kind of a trap game. Could be a close one. Maybe the Commanders edge it out, but I just I like the I would rather take the Seahawks betting wise, um, but I don't think I'll actually get there.
I'm honestly, in my opinion, pretty confident in the money line. Honestly,
The
the last
Seahawks,
time they were in prime time, JSN had a big game against the Cardinals. Um, I think he shows up here big time again, and continues his little streak he's got going on. Um, so I'm actually gonna add that to my parlay. I'm probably gonna take that for sure. Um, yeah,
yeah,
I mean my player props, in case you haven't noticed, is probably gonna be a lot of JSN. Probably at least for a
yeah,
touchdown score.
yeah. No, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's just how it feels like it's one of those like weird games. I feel like, I mean, three definitely seems right as far as the spread. So I don't know. I feel like I should lean towards the +3, but I don't know. It's a tough one.
yeah, I'm good on that.
Um, yeah, I'm good. Next one. What is it? Monday night.
Yep,
Last one.
Cardinals versus Cowboys.
Ugh. God damn it.
Um,
Um. Yeah, this
I'm
game sucks.
I'm pretty confident in the Cowboys here. Yeah, Cardinals. are not bad. They're not horrible. Um, just
Yeah, it's just such a shitty ass game, man. I mean, uh, I tried with the Cowboys last week. I tried. All right, but
yeah,
I
but that's
mean,
against a
we
better
saw last week.
defense. Um,
I mean, the Cowboys defense is just not good. I mean, they're just playing out not
it's
good.
not. And I guess the question is, do you trust Dak Prescott to outscore Jacoby Brissett, or do you think it'll be the other way around? Because I don't trust both defenses here at all. Um,
The Cowboys don't even have the right players for the scheme that they try to run. I mean, they play a bunch of zone, and they have a bunch of man defenders out on the field. Like the Trayvon Diggs is a man defender. He's not good in zone. He sucks. Like he's terrible. And then on top of that, like they have a couple other guys, fucking that Baker dude. I can't remember his fucking name. Or no, it's Dion Branch. I think it's Dion Branch. I think that's what his name is, or something like that. He's a zone defender. Like they got a bunch of man defender, and they play a bunch of man cover or zone coverage. Like they don't play the right defense, and I don't think they're very good at all. I mean we and they're taxed. We know that they're taxed on defense. They have injuries going on. It like I mean, yeah, the Cowboys offense is one of the best, but how do you compete if you have no defense? Um, and I think at home, yeah, I like the Cowboys here too, but I mean, still laying -3 at home seems like a lot. Uh, yeah, I mean, it just seems like a lot for me. If anything, I'd probably look towards props. Look towards props in this one.
yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like I do think the Dallas Cowboys will probably win this game. In my opinion, but I wouldn't bet on it. But I do like CeeDee Lamb um, for receptions.
Michael Carter,
I'm gonna
maybe. I
keep
mean,
taking that until it doesn't hit.
Michael Carter touchdown is plus 250 right now. That's kind of crazy. I mean, with a
Um,
Cowboys defense that bad, anybody can score. You know, you
yeah.
know.
And I'm iffy on that because they've been letting Jacoby Brissett let it fly, and with how bad the Cowboys secondary tends to be, I'm iffy on a running game here.
Well, I mean, even if they get inside, like, I mean, if they get inside the 5, they're most likely going to try to run it in. It doesn't mean that they're. I mean, it depends on how the game goes, but yeah, I mean, if there's passing for 50-yard touchdowns, of course, running the football won't be an option. Running the ball in at least. But if they're down at if they pass the ball and they get down inside the 5, then what are they going to do? They're probably going to try to run the football. Are they going to put a ton of
I don't know.
faith
Jonathan
in?
Gain is kind of an idiot, so
That's true, but I don't know if they're gonna make Jacoby Brissett pass it in a tight field, especially inside the 5. I mean, if they have to, of course, but I think their main, at least they should try to at least run the ball. I think, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's, I like the Cowboys too. I just after last week, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like this defense is just terrible. You just can't. I mean, like are we like comparatively? Are we rating the Broncos offense that much better than the Cardinals? I mean, I guess I think they are better, but how much better are they? I don't know. I mean, it's the same spread too, so it just feels weird. It feels like a weird game, but I like the Cowboys. I think a little bit more. Haven't played it yet. Might play again. I like player props more. I'd be looking at like CD. Yeah, like you said, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. I think are both live. Got Marvin Harrison on the other side. Trey McBride is them really high target as well. But I mean, with the defense that the Cowboys have, I feel like anybody on that side is live to score. So, yeah, that's about it. You got anything else?
yeah. So I'll go over my little bet slip here. Detroit Lions money line, Chargers money line, Packers money line. I have over 40 points for the Saints and Rams game. Um, Jaguars money line and the Seahawks money line. Those are all my favorites as far as like just face bets. Um, Odds are plus 535, so that's not too bad. It's a six leg parlay. I like all of them. I'll probably end up putting a bet on that one, honestly. Um, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it for
All
me.
right. As far as bets right now, I don't have too much right now, but I actually I don't have anything right now. I don't have any like strong bets right now. But I think if I were to have like a top three like money lines slash totals or even spreads, I would I actually like the 4.5 with the Falcons. I think this is a again a buy. I kind of talked about it earlier. I think it's more of a buy low spot for them. I mean, plus 190 just seems pretty crazy. And I know the Patriots are good, but the Falcons do have a lot of people coming back from injury. Their defense was a top unit the first couple of weeks of the season. I think it does still have some regression coming, but I think they're a decent unit. So I think this week, in this spot, I think they're going to come out and try to play a lot better than last week. I think, and I think they will. And that's why I think they'll cover this 4.5. So I like the 4.5 there. And then honestly, I'm probably going to pull trigger on this under for the Texans Broncos. 40.5. Give me one of those teams at least to score 17 or less points. And then, I mean, the other team I don't think is going to win by margin. So, I mean, you're already looking at 37 maybe there. So, I like an under there, 40.5 minus 118. You're getting pretty decent value there. And then if I were to have a third one, I'd probably lean towards I know it's sketchy, but the Bengals. I know it's crazy, but at home again, I'm gonna do it one more time. I think one more time, and that's probably about it.
Yeah, my favorite bets, not just money lines, but just in general. Josh Allen touchdown scorer. Um, I like the I personally like the Seahawks against the Commanders, and I also like the over for the um, Saints and Rams game, or over 40 points. And that would probably be like one parlay right there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably gonna mess around and do some like a teaser, something like that. But yeah, that pretty much is it for the NFL. What do you got? You got anything for tonight, the baseball game, which just started?
Not baseball, but I have basketball and hockey going. Um, I need well, I'm looking here. Uh, I have stuff on the Timberwolves game. I need Con Newpol to get like a little bit more. Uh, it's not really doing much for me right now, but um,
Is that hockey?
no, Con Newpol the uh, on the Hornets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
Um,
I'm
for
not.
hockey, I did have Nathan McKinnon for a goal scorer. He hit. I think I have shit. What do I have? I think I have Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars to get a point. Can't remember what else. Austin Matthews to get a point. He hasn't gotten a point in like freaking 3 games. But outside of that, it's mainly just basketball stuff today. Uh, I did have Jaden McDaniels for a triple double, and I think he just needs 2 more rebounds to do it. So I'm hoping. Um, we'll see. But
All right.
or a double
Yeah, I
double.
think
Sorry.
that's about it. I don't. I think. I mean, I want the Blue Jays to win really bad, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I might live bet it. I'm watching it right now, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And if the Blue Jays look like they might get to Otani, I might fire on it. I'm just worried about Otani pitching well. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about.
I don't know.
But he did
Or
go
didn't they
out.
smoke him the first time around that he pitched?
Well, I mean, they didn't smoke him, but they got a couple runs off him. I mean, I
In the
mean,
World Series, I consider that smoking.
I mean,
It's hard to do
well,
it.
and the other thing is that it's tough to ask a pitcher to go out there twice against the same team and pitch the same, if not better, than what he did last night, especially in a short period of time and against one of the best hitting teams all season. So I mean, I like the Blue Jays, and I really hope they win just because I like the Blue Jays. But um, I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'm trying to figure out if I want to bet it or not. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Get
Did the
anything
game
else?
already start?
Yeah, it just started. It's bottom of the first right now. I'm about to put it on.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right. Yeah. Well, we have been trying to do shows Thursday or Saturday, depending on when we're off. So we'll continue to kind of do that. Hope you guys enjoy. We're trying to get better at just including more things. We're trying to get better at announcing injuries, talking about other stuff in the week, and just kind of keeping up to date with standings and everything like that. Kind of bring that to you guys. Yeah, we appreciate it. Drop likes, comments, and yeah, got anything in closing?
um,
Sure.
no, just yeah, like, comment.
Leave bets.
We
We'd love to
appreciate
see
it.
any comments, any. That'd be great. I mean, I don't think I've like seen any comments, but it'd be great to see anything that if anybody has bets or anything like that, it'd be cool to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Peace.